Free personality test, fast and easy, takes 12 minutes. Be yourself, answer honestly, complete it all, try not to leave any neutral answers. You enjoy vibrant social events with lots of people. Probably like in between like these two. Like sometimes yes, sometimes no. You know, like I'd say probably like right. It's like right here. I enjoy them more than I don't enjoy them. You often enjoy time exploring unrealistic yet intriguing ideas. Yep, that's a big yes. Your travel plans are more likely to look like a rough list of ideas than a detailed itinerary. So being completely unprepared for everything, yes, that's completely right. I never make any plans at all. You often think about what you should have said in a conversation long after it's taken place. Not really. Like sometimes I will, but like it doesn't really happen a whole lot. If your friend is sad about something, your first instinct is to support them emotionally, not try to solve their problem. It depends on what the problem is. First instinct? Actually, yeah, I'm gonna do a pretty big disagree on this, because I usually I will usually actually try to solve the problem. Yeah, that's what makes sense. People can really upset you. Definitely true. I usually don't give a fuck what people think. Sometimes I do, but not all the time. You often rely on other people to be the ones to start a conversation and keep it going. Streamers can't do that? Yeah, that's kind of, you know, you're a streamer? Yeah, I guess not. Yeah, that's gonna be kind of like a disagree here. If you have to temporarily put your plans on hold, you make sure it is your top priority once you get back on the track as soon as possible. Yeah, guys, we're going to, yeah, usually, like, how long did Dark Souls take? How long did some of these other videos take? Yeah, that's a big fucking no. It's a big fucking no. Let's go with that. Using chat answers? Okay, I guess I'll just kind of vote. I'm just kind of, like, thinking out loud, right? I mean... but okay, yeah, sure, I'll vote for myself, and I just won't even look at chat. That sounds fine to me, whatever. If you have to temporarily hold your plans, top priority, I don't know, like, I'd probably like this type of a disagree. You rarely worry if you made a good impression on someone you just met. That's true. If you would be challenged to spend a whole weekend all by yourself without feeling bored, that is a big disagree. You are more of a detail-oriented than a big-picture person. That is mostly a disagree. You are very affectionate with people that you care about. Very agree. And let's see, you're a careful, methodical approach to life. Generally agree. You're still bothered by mistakes you made a long time ago. That's a big disagree. At parties and similar events, you can mostly be found farther away from the action. This is like, I don't know, like kind of a disagree, kind of an agree. I don't know, probably like right about here. More often than not, but like not very, very accurate. You often find it difficult to relate to people who let their emotions guide them. Big agree. When looking for a movie to watch, you can spend ages browsing the catalog. That's kind of a disagree. You can stay calm under a lot of pressure. That's a big disagree. It depends, right? Like, I can stay calm, but like, it depends on what the pressure is, I guess. Like, sometimes it's this, sometimes it's this. It's either one or the other. I see, like, I choke a lot sometimes. Like, I feel like this is gonna be like a neutral, like, because it depends. Like, it really depends. And like sometimes I'll freak out about like little things that don't matter, and other times I won't be like that at all. I think it really just, it straight up just fucking depends. Let's see here. Yeah, I have to use the middle button. When a group of people you do not know, you have no problem jumping right into their conversation. Like, maybe agree. Like, it depends on like where it is and like what the context is, but I think that's generally true. When in your dreams, when you sleep, your dreams trend to be bizarre and fantastical. That's probably true. Yeah, I'd say so. In your opinion, it's sometimes okay to step on others to get ahead in life. Fuck them. You're dedicated and focused on your goals, only rarely getting sidetracked. I'd say that's definitely true. If you make a mistake, you tend to start doubting yourself, your abilities, your knowledge. Very true. When at a social event, you rarely try to introduce yourself to new people, mostly talk to the ones you already know. That's mostly true. Fuck them, I don't really care about them to begin with. Let's see here. Usually his interest in a discussion never gets philosophical. That's a big disagree. You'd never let yourself cry in front of others. That's probably a pretty good agree, but not always, right? It's like my mom or something like that. You know what I mean? You feel more drawn to places with bustling, busy atmosphere than quiet and intimate ones. That's usually a, I don't know, kind of a disagree. You like discussing different views on theories on what the world could look like in the future. Big agree. When it comes to making life-changing choices, you mostly listen to your heart rather than your head. That's a big disagree. You cannot imagine yourself dedicating your life to study of something you cannot see, touch, or experience. Wait, what? You cannot imagine yourself dedicating your life to the study of something you cannot see, touch, or experience. What's an example of this? Like religion? Well, you can experience, like, I don't know, people say they experience God all the time. Like, I don't know, I feel like this is kind of an odd question, an odd way to frame it, isn't it? Space travel? I'd say this is a disagree. Yeah, this is a disagree, not a big disagree, but like kind of a small disagree. It depends on what it is. Like, I can't touch my WoW character. I've spent a lot of time on that. Usually prefer to get revenge rather than forgive. You often make decisions on a whim. Usually disagree. Yeah, I am who I am, okay? The time you spend by yourself often ends up being more interesting and satisfying than time you spend with other people. Generally true. You often put special effort into interpreting the real meaning or message of a song or a movie. No. You always know exactly what you want. That's very true. You rarely think back on choices you made and wonder what you could have done differently. Big true. I never really think about that. Sometimes I'll think about it like as a hypothetical, but not really like kind of reminiscing or anything like that. Yeah, generally true. When in a public place, you usually stick to quieter and less crowded areas. That's probably generally true. You tend to focus on present realities rather than future possibilities. Depends, but generally true. You often have a hard time understanding other people's feelings. It's a big true, because usually they're stupid. When starting to work on a project, you prefer to make as many decisions up front as possible. That's very true. Whenever you know someone thinks highly of you, you also wonder how long it will be before they become disappointed in you. The fuck? No. You feel comfortable walking up to someone you find interesting and striking up a conversation. I generally disagree. Probably about this one. Not super disagree, but like generally I disagree. You often drift away into daydreaming about various ideas or scenarios. Yeah. You look after yourself first and others come in second. Very true. Even whenever you plan a particular daily routine, you usually just end up doing whatever you feel like. Okay, that's true. Your mood can change very quickly. I mean, like, yes and no. I mean, like, there are things that stress me out, but like, I mean, I don't know. It's really hard to say. It's really kind of hard to say, man. Bipolar Andy. Okay. Let's go. I'll say probably, like, I'll get mad about some shit, but probably this is a pretty big disagree. Like, video games can make me mad, though. Contemplate the reasons for human existence and the meaning of life. Yeah, I do. You often talk about your feelings and emotions. No, I don't like to. You have got a detailed education development plan stretching several years in the future. I generally agree. You rarely dwell on your regrets. Big agree. Spending time in a dynamic atmosphere with lots of people quickly makes you feel drained and needing to get away. Generally disagree, but sometimes true. You see yourself more as a realist than a visionary. I mean, I see myself as both. I mean, let's be honest. Yeah, yeah, let's be real. A little bit of both. Probably a realist. Yeah, I'd say realist. You find it easy to empathize with the person who's gone through something you never have. Generally true. I mean, I can see where other people are coming from. Yeah. Your personal work style is closer to the spontaneous bursts of energy than to organized and consistent efforts. Oh, very true. Very true. Your emotions control you more than you control them. Big disagree. After a long, exhausting week, a fun party is just what you need. No, that's a big disagree. It's a disagree. Not a big disagree, but it's a disagree. You frequently find yourself wondering how technological advancement could change every day. I talk about that all the time on my stream, dude. You always consider your actions, how might affect other people before you're doing something. I kind of have to now, because, like, I'm a streamer, and so, like, if I do... No, because here's the thing, right? Is, like, if I do something bad, and then, like, somebody gets hate for it, like, I have to know that's gonna happen. So I do actually think this is a true. You flamed 3 Redditors without a thought? Well, they flamed me. Like, that's completely different. Yeah, I don't know. Let me see. I guess, like, if I think I'm doing the right thing, then I don't care how it affects somebody else because I think it's the right thing to do. So I'm going to go with agree. Yeah, that's actually a big agree. Now that I think about it from that perspective, that's a big agree. You honor the commitments you've made even if you have a change of heart. Generally true. Yeah, generally true. You rarely feel insecure. That is definitely true. Okay. Here we go. So I'm more introverted than extroverted. I'm more intuitive than observant. I'm more thinking than feeling. I'm more judging than prospecting. And 83% more assertive than turbulent. What is this here? Strengths and weaknesses. Quick, imaginative, strategic mind, high self-confidence, independent and decisive, open-minded, jack of all trades. Weaknesses, arrogant. That's not true. I'm probably the most humble person there is. Judgmental. Yes, that's true. Overly analytical, very true. Loathe highly structured environments, generally true. Clueless in romance. Heard that before. Heard that before. Alright, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. Political compass test. Oh, there it is. Here we go. Political compass test. If economic globalization is inevitable, it should primarily serve humanity rather than the interests of transnational corporations. Let's agree. Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry about that. Okay, I got it. Sorry, I just read this and I just went to strongly disagree. Thank you, guys. I don't know how many times I've taken tests and done that. I always support my country as right or wrong. That is a strong disagree. No one chooses his or her country by birth, so it's foolish to be proud of it. That is a disagree. I think it's okay to be proud of it to an extent. Our race has many superior qualities compared with other races. Is this like our race? You mean like a humans or like white people? Like, cause this is a very different answer. Is this versus like, is it skin color? Interspecies? Okay, it says white people. Okay. So we'll go with the disagree. Like, I think that we have many superior qualities over like a dog. Like, I think that we pretty much like we are superior in all ways to like a raccoon or like a possum. Like, I think people are pretty much just overall genetically superior to a possum. Okay, let's see here. Our race has many superior qualities. I'll go with the disagree. Because I'm assuming they're talking about like a certain like white people or something like that, right? The enemy of my enemy is my friend. That's usually a disagree. Can be true, but it's usually not. Military action that defies international law is sometimes justified. Well, yeah, I mean, because the law isn't always accurate. Yeah, of course. There's now a worrying fusion of information and entertainment. That is a strong agree. That is a very, very strong agree. Okay, yeah, let's go there. I'm not just saying that, yeah, yo, chill. It doesn't necessarily, like, what do you think? Every international law is infallible? Come on. People are ultimately, divided more by class than nationality. I think that's generally true. Yeah. Controlling inflation is more important than controlling unemployment. I don't really have an opinion about this. I think they're both important. Let's see here. I guess I'll vote for... I don't even know. Like, I guess that's a disagree, but like not really. Like I don't know. Like I don't know. Anyway, I'll just go with a disagree. Because corporations cannot be trusted with voluntarily protecting the environment, they require regulation. That's a strong agree. From each according to his ability, to each according to his need. It's a fundamentally good idea. Fundamentally, yeah, but not like I know this comes from the Communist Manifesto, right? This is a quote from Karl Marx, I believe. So I like fundamentally it sounds good, but I think in practice it doesn't, you know, like it's kind of hard to say. The freer the market, the freer the people. That's generally an agree, but I think that free markets like regulate themselves. People like make monopolies and stuff like that, so it's not always true. It's a sad reflection on how our society is something so basic as drinking water is now bottled, branded consumer product. I mean, like, that's kind of an agree, but I don't know. I feel like this is also an I'm 14 and it's deep quote, too. Land shouldn't be a commodity to be bought and sold. That's a disagree. It's regrettable that many personal fortunes are made by people who simply manipulate money and contribute nothing to society. That's usually a disagree. Mostly people that say that or they don't really understand what they're doing to manipulate the money. Protectionism is sometimes necessary in trade. I would agree. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Especially with, like, you know, slave wages and stuff like that. The only social responsibility of a company should be to deliver profit to its shareholders. I don't know. It's like... That's generally true, but like... It's like at the expense of like harming other people, I would say no. So like probably not, but like... I'd say like probably agree, but not strongly agree. So I guess like I agree outside of like things that actively harm people. So I would probably go with agree here. The rich are too highly taxed. That's a disagree. Those with the ability to pay should have access to higher standards of medical care. It's usually a disagree. Not a strong disagree, because like a strong disagree I think entitles you to other people's labor, which isn't really fair. Government should penalize businesses that mislead the public. That is a strong agree. A genuine free market requires restrictions and the ability to multinationals. Yeah, that is a big fucking agree. Okay, let's see here. Abortion, whenever the woman's life should always be illegal. No, I don't care about that. All authority should be questioned. That's an agree. An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. That's generally an agree, but not always. Taxpayers should not be expected to prop up theaters and museums. Got to swear. The fuck? No. Okay. Schools should not make classroom attendance compulsory. That's a strong fucking disagree. All people have their rights, but it's better for us all that certain kinds of people should keep to their own kind. The fuck? All people have the rights, but some different sorts of people should keep to their own kind. I mean, I don't know. You talk about like crazy people or like murderers. Yeah. This is generally a disagree. I mean, like, besides crazies. Good parents sometimes have to spank their children. That's a strong disagree. It's natural for children to keep some secrets from their parents. That's obviously an agree. Possessing marijuana for personal use should not be a criminal offense. That is a strong agree. The prime function of schooling should be to equip the future generation to find jobs. That is a... that's an agree, but not a strong agree. That should be like the primary focus, but not the only one. People with serious inheritable disabilities should not be allowed to reproduce. That's a disagree, because you can apply that to anything. Junkies, yeah, dude, weed, LMAO, yo, chill, dude. That's a lot, isn't it? Dude, some of these are straight up fucking... Dude, these are intense. Yeah, it's like eugenics. Okay, let's see here. The most important thing for children is to learn how to accept discipline. That's a fucking big disagree. There are no salvage and civilized peoples. There are only different cultures. Yeah, right. Okay, that's a big fucking disagree. Okay, let's see here. There are some people who are able to work, refuse the opportunity, should not expect society's support. That's hard to say. Like, it's an agree, but at the same time, Like, it's circumstantial around what you'd have to do, right? This promotes black and white thinking so hard. I know, it's really hard for me to make decisions. Like, I guess, like, what I'm doing is, like, so, strongly disagree is no. Disagree is no, but. Agree is yes, but. And then strongly agree is just yes. Like, that's kind of how I'm making the decisions. I guess, like, automation disagree. Well, yeah, I'm gonna agree, but yes, but it depends on the job, right? So you can't expect somebody to, like, want to work in, like, a coal mine or something like that. Of course, people aren't going to want to do that. But, you know, or, like, work as slaves or effectively slaves, right? I think it depends. Elderly people, they wouldn't be able to work then. When you're troubled, it's better not to think about it, but keep busy with more cheerful things. That's generally an agree. First generation immigrants can never be fully integrated within their full country. That's pretty much that's probably, I'm going to strongly disagree with that. Like, obviously, usually that probably won't happen, but I don't think it's not a never. Like, that's ridiculous. What's good for most successful corporations is always ultimately good for all of us. That's a strong disagree. No broadcasting institution, however how independent its content, should receive public funding. Actually, I probably agree with that. Yeah, I think, yeah, I'm gonna agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that. Are civil liberties being excessively curbed in the name of counterterrorism? Yeah, obviously, right? I mean, like, the NSA spying on you and shit. Yeah, of course that's true. Significant advantage of one-party state is it avoids all arguments that delay process. Okay, that's a big disagree. Yeah, obviously disagree. Although the electronic age makes surveillance easier, only wrongdoers need to be worried. That's a strong disagree. The death penalty should be an option for only the most serious crimes. I don't really have an opinion on this, actually. I've gone back and forth thinking about this. I don't really know. Yeah, it's hard for me to say. Like, so this is like, it's a very, like, nuanced answer, and it's a circumstantial answer. In order for the government to kill somebody, somehow it costs them $1 million. I know that might sound crazy, but, like, an execution process costs $1 million. And it's usually most effective and, like, most monetarily effective to just keep them in jail than to kill them. Yeah, how? I don't know how. Because it's the fucking government, and they can't figure shit out. So it's actually more monetarily effective to do that. And so, like, basically at that point, you're spending more money just in retribution. And because of that, I'm going to go with disagree. But it's very specific. 1.6 million? I thought it was 1.1. I guess it went up. Yeah, it's over $1 million. So, yeah, this is, like, generally disagree, but there are some, you know, like, there are some people, it's like, you know, if something happens, yeah, it is what it is. But, like, I don't really know if I'm the one that can make that decision. You know what I mean? It's one thing to, like, not care, and it's another thing to make the decision for it to happen. In a civilized society, one must always have people above to be obeyed and below to be... What the fuck? No. Abstract art doesn't represent anything, shouldn't be considered art at all. Jackson Pollock is pretty fucking ridiculous, yes. I don't know, like, that's gonna be a disagree, because art by definition is subjective. So I don't know. I feel like it's a stupid opinion. Yeah. Criminal justice punishment should be more important than rehabilitation. No. It's a waste of time to try and rehabilitate some criminals. Probably true. Actually, usually true. Not always, but sometimes. I think there's a certain point where it's like, you know, some, like, child rapist or something like that. Yeah, probably not going to rehabilitate him. Yeah, but that's generally an agree. Business person and the manufacturer are more important than the writer and the artist. This is like a... More important to what? I don't know. I mean... Yeah, more important to what? like selling it, then yeah, obviously that's true. But to creating the content, it's obviously not. I don't know. I find like this is generally a disagree here. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know, man. Let's see here. Mothers have careers, but their first duty is to be homemakers. No. Multinational companies are unethically exploiting the plant genetic resources of development countries. Probably true. Like, I don't know really how true it is. Probably true, yeah. I think they're just exploiting the resources in general. Yeah, this is a women's construction team. Yeah, I don't. Well, you don't have to be in construction to have a job. You know what I mean? That's about it. Being woke. Wait, am I woke? I don't think I'm woke, man. Amazon exploitation. You're a business person, manufacturer of other writers' games than you can't disagree yourself. Yeah, but I've never said I'm like more important, right? It's like it's not about being more important. That's different. I never really look at it like that. Yeah, definitely not true. Okay, let's see. Making peace with the establishment is an important aspect to maturity. Generally agree. I think it's important to not like constantly hate everybody and everything, but there's like a point where, you know, making like whenever. I think generally you should try to see where people are coming from, but at the same time, there are things that are just fucking wrong. Like, you know, weed being illegal and shit like that. You should not make peace with that. But I think in general, respecting the established laws and, you know, culture of somewhere is generally a good idea. Let's see. Oh, what? Who the fuck puts this on there? What? What is this? Is this like a wizard check? Are there any wizards in here? Oh my god. I of course not. Of fucking course not. There's not even a question about this. Yeah, no way. You can be moral without being religious, obviously. Charity is better than Social Security as a means of helping the genuinely disadvantaged. That's a disagree. Some people are naturally unlucky. I disagree with that. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, it's a disagree, but there's people that have terminal cancer, right? It's important that my child's school instills religious values. That's a disagree. Sex outside marriage is usually immoral. That's not true. A same-sex couple in a stable living relationship should not be excluded from the possibility of child adoption. Yeah, sure. Like, why not? That seems fine to me. Pornography depicting consenting adults should be illegal for the adult population. That's a fucking disagree. Why? What goes on in a private bedroom between consenting adults is no business of the state. That is a big true. No one can feel naturally homosexual. That's a disagree. These days, openness about sex has gone too far. That's a disagree. Okay, now let's see where you stand. All right, did I read it? Sex outside marriage is usually immoral. That is I disagree with that. A same-sex couple should not be excluded. Oh, yeah, well, that's true. It should not. Go back to page 5. Wait a second. Was it the agree? Oh, this one here? The astrology one? Yeah, that's a strong disagree. You guys baiting me. You misread the porn one. Page 5, pornography. I'm on page 5. It's not on there. I was on page 6. People are saying the religion one? You can be more... You cannot... Oh, you cannot. Okay, yeah, there we go. I didn't see that. Okay, that was my bad. I used to fuck these up all the time in school, too. Like, I constantly messed these up. Like, I remember, like, they would take me back and, like, have me go over the tests. And I would just have, like, all of these good answers. And then there'd just be, like, one fucking dumbass answer. And they'd be like, why did you pick this one? I'd be like, I don't know. Because I read the question wrong. That's why. I did this constantly, man. Charity is better than Social Security as a means of helping the genuine disadvantage. Okay. That's a disagree. Some people are naturally unlucky. That is a agree, but not a strong agree. Actually, no, that is a disagree. My child's school. Okay, all right, good. Let's go to the next one. All right. Sex outside marriage is usually immoral. That is a disagree. A same-sex couple should not. Okay, that is an agree. Pornography should be legal. Okay, that's a strong agree. What goes on with a private bedroom is no business of the state. That's an agree. No one can feel naturally homosexual. That's a disagree. These days, openness about sex has gone too far. That's a disagree. Okay. All right, we're good. Here we go. Now let's see where you stand. Okay. So where's me? Huh. Okay. Oh. That's about right. Now, what do you guys think? Literal commie, by the way. Yeah, that's... I didn't expect that. I didn't expect that. Damn. Wow. What do you guys think? I don't know. I feel like... I don't know. It's just... How do you not expect that? Well, it's just like a lot of the questions for like the right-wing ones are like, do you hate gay people? Is your race better than everybody else's race? Like, these are like kind of... These are pretty intense. Like, there's a lot of other conservative values that aren't necessarily hating gay people and thinking that, like, certain races are bad. It seems a little bit biased. I don't know. It wasn't political at all. Yeah. Then I ask you... That's insane, man. It does seem a little bit biased. What do you guys think? I feel like it's a bias test to an extent. Cause like there's a lot more like it's a bias. I feel like it's a little bit biased, right? Like where does the astrology question change? Where does that make you go? Like that's what I'm really kind of curious about. It's obviously biased. I don't know if it is or not. Pretty small sample size, mostly test of 300 to 500 questions. Yeah, I don't know, man. Right wing is homophobic? I don't know. Like, I don't think hating gay people was like a right wing thing. I don't. Maybe it's like even if it's like authoritarian, I don't know. I just think it's stupid. Like, it doesn't even fall anywhere on this list, in my opinion. It is? But why? Like, it only makes sense in terms of the context of like current values. Like, it doesn't make sense in terms of the usage of the word, which is, I think, disingenuous. You said tax the rich? Well, yeah, because... Yeah, duh! Oh my god. First question is an example of bias? Yeah, I guess so. It's always for traditional values, of which homophobia is one. I don't think that homophobia is like necessarily a traditional value. I mean, I think that it's okay to have like certain traditional values that don't necessarily like, here's how I've always looked at the world, okay? You can do whatever the fuck you want unless you're hurting somebody else. And if you're hurting yourself so much that you become a drag on society, then yeah, maybe people should look into that. But I feel like the bar for that should be very, very high. Like, I'm not this is the thing, I'm not like a big leftist or like an authoritarian or anything. Like, just do what you want to do, but don't hurt or fuck with anybody else. Like, I feel like if you were to ask most people, would they agree with that statement, 95% of them would say yes. Yeah, I don't understand it. Yeah, I don't feel like, yeah, it seems like a very biased test. Let me see what the rest of these things say. A political compass certificate? The fuck? What, you want me to put this on my wall and frame it? How you can help us? Okay, where's the rest of this? I think that's pretty much it. Homophobia is authoritarian value. Doesn't really fall under left or right. Yeah, I guess so. But like even authoritarian, like you could make it's contextual around the authoritarian state. Like I don't know. Like as I said, I feel like this test is a little bit biased. But you know, overall that's where we stand. Okay, guys, how about that? So wait, I'm like Gandhi. Wasn't Gandhi a racist? Yeah, wasn't he like a racist though? Oh shit. Yeah, damn, dude. Well, regardless, that's basically where we're at, gentlemen.